Welcome to this Thirsty Thursday edition of Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. Markets are in a free fall. Top of the hour here in New York City. We're in the Liquid Lunch Outpost Studios in downtown Manhattan. And folks, let me tell you, I know I've been saying for a few days, stay calm. There may be reason to not stay so calm here. The market is in some dangerous correction territory here. 29,000 to 26,000, in the 10% correction range already. But I'm watching this right now, markets as we speak at 26,480 through 26,000. We could be right there giving up like a year's worth of gains in just like a week of time. So if this coronavirus does continue, I'm not falling for it just yet, but there are more reports. Apparently one transmission case here in America that the markets are spooked again, up a little yesterday, but markets collapsing this week. Stay careful. You may want to stay in cash. As I've been saying, there may be some great buying opportunities out there. The political field is outrageous at this time. The Democratic Party is in an all-out food fight, and it looks like, they said, Joe Biden's firewall was South Carolina. I've been telling you for a couple of weeks that some big money donors, hedge funds, and so forth here in New York was saying if Biden doesn't come second in Vegas and win South Carolina, the money's drying up. I think as of the last filing, he had about $9 million in the bank, so it's a minuscule fundraising effort for Joe. And if he doesn't win Saturday in South Carolina, he's going to have a big problem on his hands, although he did get a big vote of support yesterday from James Clyburn, who came out and gave a very impassioned endorsement for the former vice president. So we'll keep our eye on all that stuff. And at the same time, it seems like the other candidates just can't stop trying to kill themselves. And, everyone's saying Mike Bloomberg did great in this debate. He did much better than the first debate. The first debate, the bar was set very, very low. And he made, to me, some comments in the debate that went under the radar. We're going to look into all of them. But it's not often that I watch Fox News because I'm watching Newsmax, the fastest growing cable network in America, every day and night. But I saw a clip of one Sean Hannity discussing Mayor Bloomberg with none other than New York City Mayor, who came in after Mike Bloomberg's 3 terms, Bill de Blasio. And I rarely agree with de Blasio, sometimes not even Hannity. But check out what they had to say about Bloomberg.
Interesting about this, and the reason I'm asking you first about him is you're not supporting him. You're supporting Bernie Sanders. I will say this about Sanders, and over the years, you need to tell him to come back on the show. He's ducking me. But at least he believes this crap. I mean, he is sincere. This guy supported stop and frisk for 12 years, 7 years when you were mayor, and then says, I'm running for president. African Americans may not like this, and starts with the crocodile tears. You agree that's phony?
100%. If he were not running for president right now, we still wouldn't have that apology.
Sean Hannity and Mayor de Blasio both agree Bloomberg's a phony. And if you take a little closer look into some of his ads, he didn't really endorse Obama. He wrote an op-ed about Obama where he gave him, at his own word, a backhanded endorsement. Okay, that's number one. But now as all his ads, it looks like he's in Air Force One riding shotgun with Obama. Not exactly truth in advertising there. But somehow or another, in Mike Bloomberg's phony land, he was the mayor on 9/11, one of the worst days in American and New York history. He was the mayor, and on 9/11, he stood on that pile. Take a look what he said.
I have been training for this job since I stepped on the pile that was still smoldering on 9/11. I know what to do. I've shown I know how to run a country.
He didn't step on any pile on 9/11. He didn't step on any pile on 9/11. If he did, he made his way down there as a spectator because guess what? Mini Mike, you weren't even the mayor. Mike Bloomberg was not mayor on 9/11 when it happened here. He was not the mayor of New York City. There's the mayor on 9/11 with the president. That's our mayor. So when Mike Bloomberg is talking about in his debates how he was training to be president for all this time since he stood on that pile on 9/11, he didn't stand on any pile on any 9/11. And it's personal for me because I live in New York. I was there. And everybody's beating the heck out of Rudy. But you know what? Rudy was standing on the pile on 9/11 with Bernie Kerik and George W. Bush right after 9/11. Those were the guys who were in charge, not Mike Bloomberg. He came in like 4 months later, January sometime. Sure, he's getting briefed, but he was not standing on any pile. In any event, keep your eye on this guy, okay? I think he's blowing a gasket, and now he's got to start figuring out which candidate he's going to put his money behind, because he said he's going to, whether he gets the nomination or not, he's going to put $2 billion into the race behind any candidate, even if it's not him. So we'll keep our eye on that. Now, another thing to me, lost in the shuffle in the debate the other night, Joe Biden, I mean, he can't stop stepping in it. We talked about it yesterday. He basically made a reference that, you know, there were 150 million gun crimes. Kind of meant 150,000. But lost in there was this. He actually, he was talking about why he deserves the black vote and African-American vote, specifically in South Carolina. And take a listen to what he said here. Listen to this. Take a look.
I've earned the vote. I've worked like the devil to earn the vote of the African-American community, not just here, but across the country.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's a term out there like, I work like a devil, but I don't know how that plays with Christians myself, whether they're white, black, any color. The devil? You worked like the devil to get the African-American vote. Earned it. Like it's yours. You own it. You don't have to reclaim it or do anything. You already did your devil work. Is that what he said? Did he say a devil?
Like the devil to earn the vote of the African-American community. The devil.
Apparently the team had a little fun with that one, and I liked it. I just don't get it. The guy, he doesn't have enough mouths for all the feet he tries to put in it. It just doesn't stop. And, you know, if you're looking at this field of candidates, as scary as this may sound, Bernie's a socialist. He admits it. He admires Daniel Ortega from Nicaragua and Fidel Castro from Cuba. So you figure out if that's for you. Mike Bloomberg bought his way into office, and now day after day after day, he's buying support from elected officials. And that's, to me, clearly obvious. I think Mayor Pete's in over his head. I think Elizabeth Warren is kind of out of gas. And scary as it sounds, it looks like the only sane one that they have left is Amy Klobuchar. So I don't know what you're thinking about. I'm thinking about 4 more years of Donald Trump, and I think the more they implode, the stronger our president gets. And that's my 2 cents for today. We got a whopper of a show today. It's Throwback Day because Bill Cortez is back, and he's been with us from the beginning. He's going to be here with Sam Spicone to mix it up. Scott Lebedo is going to be here. He's a conservative artist. He's an activist. Johnny McDonough is going to be here, cab driver, comic, activist, and Army veteran. He's going to be talking about what's happening rolling around the streets of New York City. And Dr. John Huber will be here. He's a psychologist and chairman of Mainstream Mental Health, talking about all the anxiety that's surrounding the fear, fright, and hysteria on the coronavirus. And retired FBI Special Agent John Iannarelli is going to be here a little later on, author of the book, How to Spot a Terrorist. Kristen Davis. Should have had it yesterday on Women Wednesday, but today's just as good a day. She's going to be here. She was formerly the Manhattan Madam. She's a longtime friend and confidant of Roger Stone, and she's going to be here to talk about the verdict and the pardon and all that good stuff. And we'll wrap it up today with Stefan Arnio. We got a great Thirsty Thursday for you. Stay right there. More Liquid Lunch coming at you right after this.